Good afternoon, or is it good evening? Um, it's about 5:15, somewhere between 5:15 and 5:20 on Sunday, the 12th of January. Happy New Year, everyone. Um, it's been a bit of a start to the new year. We've been completely snowed in for the last week. Great fun. I haven't been out of the house uh, since the 30th of December, believe it or not. Um, just the weekend after the New Year, we um, we had really heavy snow, and we've had really, really low temperatures ever since then. So the snow hasn't gone. Um, and I did go out last Monday evening just to put some stuff into the bin, and all I can say is I'm glad I had the wall and the railings to hold on to, because it was scary. It was really slippy. It was horrible. And of course, with the low temperatures, it's just stayed like that, and it has just hardened on the top, turned into ice, and it's just been awful. However, as of today, temperatures are starting to go up a bit. I think it got up to about 4 degrees today. It's scheduled for 6 degrees tomorrow, and then it's going to get higher for the rest of the week. Um, and if you bear with me a second, Shadow's just trying to get in. Hang on a sec. Come on then. There you go. I'm back. I've got my blanket wrapped around me because it's cold. Um, so yeah, it's been a bit of a start to the year. I should have been in the office last Tuesday, um, but didn't get there. And by the middle of the week, they were just saying to people, don't even think of trying to get in. Hopefully it will be different. You can just see Shadow's tail wandering about there. Hello, darling. Um, we'll see how it goes from this week. I'm not due back into the office now until Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes. First things first, as you may have gathered, I didn't get the finish that I was hoping for by the 31st of December last year. However, as of about half an hour ago, we have got a finish. It's all done. Look at that. I am so pleased with this. Shadow, don't even think about it. Shadow, you like it too, don't you, darling? Yeah, you do. Yeah, Shadow's very appreciative of it. Yeah, okay. Can you get down now, please? Go and see your sister. Right, okay. Sorry about this. Come on, get down. Down, down, down. That way. Okay. Right, okay. Yeah. So the bit that held me up was the bit at the top. I went slightly wrong on the shelf itself, and it wasn't till I was doing the bowl for the plant that I realised that I was one stitch out. So I had to do a bit of frogging. This all happened on New Year's Eve. Um, I didn't have to frog that much, to be honest, but it kind of threw me out. And I was stitching frantically right up until about 2 minutes to 12 on New Year's Eve, and I thought not only am I going to miss the bells, but I am not going to get this finished. I thought, right, I'm just going to put it down. I'll pick it up again tomorrow, and switch the TV over to uh, BBC Alva, and watch the Kaylee and the bells happening, because there was very little because of the weather. Um, the They had the traditional 5/8 down in London, but Edinburgh was cancelled, Stirling was cancelled. There was fireworks displays for the New Year cancelled all over the country. So I normally watch the Scottish one, but I didn't get to see it this year. Nobody got to see it this year, really. So I watched a Kaylee, just in case my uncle popped up, but he didn't. I'll tell you about that later. So yeah, so this is now a finish, my first finish of 2025, and I'm really, really proud of it. Now I know I was talking about putting gold beads onto the um, the shelf along here. If you watch Stuart and Stitches uh, on Flosstube and Instagram, he has done that. Um, Having now finished it, I'm smithering whether to do the gold beads or not. So what I've been saying to the ladies in Cheshire Stitches, because they've been with me pretty much every step of the way on this, and what I'm going to do is put a few beads in, let them see it, and if they think I should continue, I will do, and if they think it looks okay without them, I'll just take them out again. I did bring my bead boxes down just in case I was going to go ahead with it, so we'll see. I might do that later on this evening. So anyway, finish! Is it finished? Oh, I'm so pleased with myself. So that's my first finish for quite a while. I didn't get one at all last year. So that, of course, was, as if you hadn't already guessed, hang on, I'll take it out of the bag. Little House Needleworks, the bookshelf, and I stitched it on 28 count Joberlin in bone with the cord 4 threads, and it was an absolute joy to stitch. Somebody's agreeing with me, I think it was Shadow. So that's it. So not only did I stitch my little heart out on New Year's Eve trying to get finished on this, I had a new start on New Year's Day while I was watching the lovely the concert from Vienna, the New Year's Day concert from Vienna, which is very much a tradition. And I love watching it. I love listening to the music. They do a lot of Strauss, obviously, because it's Vienna. But they do some other composers as well. And they normally show you shots of places around Vienna. And strangely enough, one of my friends at work, she was in Vienna a couple of days for, I think she just went for a weekend, a couple of days after the New Year. And we were talking about all the different places because she'd been asking me where to go, and I gave her a couple of ideas where to go. And she said she had a nice time, but she's hoping to go back when it's not so cold and have another look at it. So while I was watching that, I started on this, and it's Little House Needleworks again. Sorry, shaking it all over the place. And it's seasonal sampler. This one is spring. Now I'm doing it on some linen, and I've left the label for the linen across there. But if you hold that thought, I put it in my project book, didn't I? So where are we? There we go. Seasonal sampler, spring, started on the 1st of January 25, and it's been stitched on 28 count Zweigart linen in antique ivory. It is lovely linen, it really is. It's so soft. I know a lot of linens can be quite harsh, quite stiff. This one isn't at all. It is absolutely lovely, and it's a joy to stitch on. I haven't got very far with it. I only did a little bit because I wanted to get back onto the bookshelf. So I literally have started on just the side border. Now they're relatively small. Let me see, what does it say? I'm just going to fold that up again. There we go. So it is 77 wide by 45 high. Don't know what that equates to, but it'll probably be about 4 inches, I would think. Maybe 4 by 5 or 3 by 4. I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know next time. I have seen one of the other samplers in this series. I've seen the winter one and it is absolutely gorgeous. So I've decided, after I saw that, I thought I'm gonna stitch all of them on this piece, and then I'll either make them into a cushion or I'll frame them all 4 together. I think it'll look nice like that. So it's done on that, the antique ivory. It's using the called for threads, which are classic Colourworks. There's a nice array of threads there. You can just about see them. See, if Stuart was here, he'd be stroking them. He'd be going like this and stroking them. And lovely little floss drop made by the lovely Tarina, Cheshire Stitches. So I am going to crack on with that this month. What I had thought of doing today was doing a sort of whip parade, but I think I might leave that until next time, and what I'm going to do instead today is concentrate on the 5 and 5. So I'll show you go put all that together, put that over there, hopefully it won't all fall over. So roll the dice last month was the Carousel. Unfortunately I didn't get back to it because again I was working pretty hard on the bookshelf. Just have a quick slurp of tea. Oh, nice. I do make a good cup of tea. Even if I do say so myself, you've got to blow your own trumpet sometimes, don't you? There we go. Right, so back to this. Where am I? There I am. So this is the Carousel. Is it there? It's a DMC kit, which was started by someone else and then passed on to me to finish. All Our Yesterdays by the artist Faye Whitaker. It's really lovely design. I was working on the people at the bottom, so that's the full thing where it is at the moment. All those reds. And then if I fold that over, and then I'll show you where I am. And again, you can see I didn't get any more of the lady done. I was hoping to at least get her dress done, or even her blouse at the top. But this is as far as I got. But it will go back into rotation for Roll the Dice next year. And hopefully we might get a few more people done. Watch this space. It's yeah, I got a message from Tammy saying that every time she sees this she thinks of the gorillas. We asked Sean McCook about that. It's a nice stitch and I can't wait to get it finished. Won't be a finish this year, I don't think. Getting closer, but I'm not quite there yet. Okay, so we'll put that, in fact I'll put that there, don't fall over. Okay, this can also go over there. So, roll the dice for this month is Cat Lovers by Jardin Privé. I haven't managed to make a start on this yet. Just take it out of the packet. There we go. There it is. Cat Lovers, Jardin Privé. Lots of lovely Quaker symbols there, and the lovely cats. And of course, I'm now a black cat owner. So it's got a little added incentive for me to get it finished. When I threw the dice for this at the end of last year, a friend of mine, Lois, she's also doing this, and she said, well, we can stitch on it together in January, so that's what we're going to do. I've had a look at what we've got left for the rest of this month, now that the bookshelf is finished, and I was banking on getting that done today. So I can fit in 3 more 5 and 5 projects, as well as several days on Cat Lovers as well. So I think that's the route I'm going to go down. This is where I am at the moment. Oh, that pussycat. I just love it. It's just gorgeous. So I will get some work done on that this month. Let's see what the fabric is again. I really ought to put a note into these, but I've got them in the book as well, so where is it? It's in here somewhere. It's in there. It's in the page I've just turned over. There it is, Cat Lovers. It's on a 28 count cream linen, and again, it's very malleable, I suppose you could call it. Quite soft, not stiff at all. I don't know if it's Swigart or some other brand of linen, but it is really nice. Just a plain cream, and it's been stitched with the cold 4 DMC threads. Bring that down there again. And those are the threads there. So there's lots of pinks and blues in there. Some nice blues, nice pinks, and nice greens as well. There we go. That's nice, quite a nice little palette. So, to say, this will get some work this month. Put those threads in there, so where they are. Probably leave it till later on in the month to do, because I have spent a lot of time on the bookshelf over the last couple of months, and I really have neglected other things. So I need to start showing the other projects some love, especially the ones in 5 of 5. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to add in a small. When I first started doing 5 and 5 with Ellie, I had a small and then 4 other designs or projects rather, and I haven't done a small since I don't know when. So I thought I would do another small. So it's not going to get any work this month, but as of next month I will be working on this. This was gifted to me by the lovely Sam, and I absolutely adore blue tits. They're one of my favourite small birds in the UK. They're absolutely adorable, very cheeky. I love seeing them on my bird feeder. So that it's going to be a bookmark. So it's already got the bookmark fabric in there, and it's got, just pull it out. Let's see. So it's got the threads. Whoops, nice blues and greens and yellows in there. That's the bookmark fabric. It's got a nice little tassel and a lovely piece of blue felt that's actually folded over to back it. So I will get this started, as I say, next month, and I will keep you very updated on progress. I love stitching on bookmarks. I stitched a lot of bookmarks a long time ago. I was actually taking orders for them at one point. Church that my mum and I were involved with back home in Glasgow, they had, I've got a little bit of fluff, they had a summer fete and a Christmas one every year to raise funds for the church, and Mum and her friends would always do some knitting, and they asked me if I would do some cross stitch for them. So I think one year I stitched a little cottage, and we had, I guess, how many stitches competition, and the person who got closest to the amount of stitches that were in the project won the cottage, and I'd put it in a little frame. And apparently the lady said to my mum when she gave it to her, she said, "I've always wanted a cottage in the country," and she said, "This'll do for me," which I thought was really nice. Everybody would like a cottage in the country. I can't get this back in here. It's going there. Okay. Right, slip in there. There we go. Right, put that there. Right then. So 5 and 5. Carrying on from there. My focus piece, I think I've already mentioned, for this year is going to be Enchanted Mermaid. And there she is, in all her glory. She is a stunning piece. I haven't actually touched her for a couple of months, again because I've been spending so much time working on the bookcase, the bookshelf. And the other day, I was upstairs in the craft room, turning it upside down, looking for the project itself, because the last time I worked on it was upstairs in the craft room, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And it wasn't until a couple of days later I realised that I brought it downstairs and it was in my bag with the rest of the 5 of 5 stuff. I should have checked there first. However, here she is. There we go. Enchanted Mermaid. I really don't have a lot more to do with the cross stitching on this, because she is pretty much almost a done deal. So she'll get as much love as I possibly can give her this year. As I say, she's going to be my focus piece, and I'm hoping for a finish on this little lady. And then we can think about getting her framed, which will give me an excuse to have a strip up the ribbon and see Sam. I'm going to see her her framing man. Enchanted Mermaid is stitched on sparkly fabric. It is 28 count Brittany, I think. And it is called Cancer. Using the core 4 threads, the cryonics, the beads and the charms. So watch this space on this one. This is going to get finished this year. By hook or by crook, it will be a finish. So what else have we got? We've got... There it is. So we also have long dog samplers, quilts. Haven't done much to this at all recently. The last time it had any love was in November, I think, when we were through for the Cheshire Stitches day retreat, and Ellie had forgotten the threads, and I said to her, well, you can work on one of mine then, and gave her quilts to work. So she finished the barn or the church or whatever it is. There we go. So it is lovely. I'm loving the colours in this. They are just absolutely stunning. Again, I'm doing it on 28 count Jobelin in my beloved bone, which is my favourite. It's my go-to. And I'm using the cold 4 threads, which are in here. Da-da-da. And they're all gassed threads, all on there. Lovely, lovely colours, very autumnal, very pretty. That's a bit longer than the rest of them. And it's got a little keyring charm that was brought back from Greece by Susie a couple of years ago. She was over in Greece with her hubby. I love the palette in this. I mean, it does give you the DMC conversions, but I don't know what it is when I'm doing something and the cold 4 shades are in hand-dyed. I would rather do it in the hand-dyed. I've got quite a collection now of gas threads, Wix Dye Works, classic colour books. Now I've got quite a lot of them, and I've got some very southern ones. I've got some really old ones like 6 Strand Sweets and Dragon Floss, which was Pole Stitches, and Sparklies as well. She did hand dyes. I don't know if she still does them. Let's ask her. Yeah, I like the effect of the hand dyes, and that is just working up so pretty. So I'm going to stick with it, I think. And this handy little bag is actually, it's a Stuart McCook. One of the first times he brought them to the Scottish Stitching Retreat, and I was actually looking for something to put my Kindle in, but it's really handy just to fit in the fabric and threads for a project. So, and you know, if it was a smaller chart, you could fit that in there as well. It's very manageable, so I use it more for this now. I'll just put that back in there. So this will be in 5 of 5. I've got quite a few that are going to be in 5 and 5, so they may not all be done every month. I may switch them around, but I really want to keep going with this. I want to at least get the top part done and get moved on to the second bit, but it's going to be a long haul with this one, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to keep going with that. Okay, so what else do we have? Let's see. Let's get this back over. Right. Right, which one is this? So this is... Oh, this is Spring Awakenings. Hold that thought and I'll just get the... Get the pattern keeper up. Come on. I know it's Sunday, but it's not your day off. Right. Come on, hurry up. Oh, talk amongst yourselves. In fact, I'll have another slope at tea. Oh, there it goes, just as I pick up the tea. Sorry, that's all my messages coming through now. So, let's see, I don't want to do that. I wanted to, come on. There we go. Right, if I hold it that way, spread around, yes it will. You'll be able to see a little bit better. Make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. Spring Awakenings. Absolutely stunning design. You can't see that it's gone quite bright now. Come on. There we go. It's absolutely beautiful. I started this in August last year. It was my Yorkshire Day start. We had a day retreat at Holland's Hall, the Yorkshire Stitches, and to be honest, it hasn't been worked on since then, unfortunately. That's as far as I've got with it. But it's a start, isn't it? It is a lovely design. I'm going to keep on with it. I may put it into Roll the Dice for this year. Haven't quite decided on that yet. I am using the called for threads. Again, it's been stitched on 28 count Jovelin. It's all done in DMC, and I've started putting them onto cards and I get fed up. So I've got 2 on cards, and that's as far as I've got. But nice colours again. It's quite muted colours actually. I think that's probably about the brightest, and that will be for the cardinals, I would imagine. That's actually showing up a lot brighter than it actually is in real life. That looks almost scarlet there, whereas it's not here. And that there's a nice little thread drop. If I can just shift that out of the way. Little cow with a hat. That was made by the lady who owns Pretty Little Thread Keeps, Hazel. Throw those in there. There we go. Okay, so as I say, all called for threads in that one. And we'll just, oops, there we go. And then I'm going to start putting some of these back in here because it's getting a bit crowded on the desk. Now there is one missing from here. It should have been in there but isn't for some reason. And that is the winter sampler. And I take it out. Oh no, it's over there, I can see it. I'll go and get it in a minute. Show you this one first. So this has been in my 5 and 5 since the beginning, and it's Trees of Ensler Castle Sampler. Totally fell in love with this the first time I saw it, and this is my leap year. We started 4 years ago. Well, it was 4 years ago last February, that we were going to do a leap year design and have it finished by 2024. And of course that didn't happen. I'm still working on it. In fact, I don't think anybody finished their leap year projects. So just rolled it over, and in 3 years time, come February, hopefully, I probably won't have it finished, but hopefully I'll have a lot more done of it than I have now. It's a lovely design. I absolutely adore it. And this is where I've got to so far. So I've got 2 sides of the inner border. I've got the border across the top. I just haven't got the corner ones in yet, and I still get some to put into this border here. But I love working it. I love Teresa Wentzler's designs are full of sort of Celtic knots and all the rest of it, and it's lots of beads, and worked in the called for DMCs, and I'm working it on, what am I working it on? I'll tell you in a minute. Oops, oh, that was the chart landing on the floor. Right, so this was started 29th of February 2020, and it's on sage green even weave 28 count, as I say, called for DMCs, and hopefully over the next few months we will see some progress on this. I would love to get it finished, but not anytime soon. It's definitely going to be a labour of love, this one. That's all my blends in there. And the floss drop on that is Little House Needleworks. So I'll keep all my blends together on that, and then I can find them. Right, I shall put this back in here. There we go. Put it in there. And get the blenders in. And there we go. So that's that one. I'll just hop across here and get the last one. Right, so this one is Winter Sampler, which was my New Year start last year. And I think if you'll remember, I didn't get very far with it. winter sampler is, there it is. There it is. It's by Croqueta Go-Go. Just make it slightly bigger so you can see it. Oops, try and get, there we go. Absolutely adore this. I was showing this to Tan when I was through at Cheshire Stitches pub meetup last month in December, and she absolutely loved it. She said she'd probably would only do the bottom part because of all the animals in it. Whereas I'm a stickler for punishment really, and I'm gonna do the whole thing. First saw this on Stitching Bunny. I think it was her first Flosstube, and I was sat there watching it, and she showed this, and I thought, oh my god, that's gorgeous. So I went straight off and had a search for it, found it, obviously, and paid for it and downloaded it, and haven't really done much with it. That is all that I did last January. So I can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt that this is going to get some love this month, because I've probably done more on this January start than I have on this one. Again, this is done in the called for DMCs, and it's going to be gorgeous when it's finished. That's all I can say. But yes, it is definitely going to get some love this month. I haven't got any other new starts planned that I'm aware of. I'll just put that off. There we go. So I had taken a picture off the wall upstairs to bring down to show you, and I've left it upstairs. I think it's sitting in the bedroom. I'll show you next time. So what else has been happening? Future plans, lots of stitching. I don't know, don't know if I've taken my life in my hands or whatever, but I have applied to join the WI, the Women's Institute. I saw an article on the BBC website one day. I think it was just over the holidays, and I just was scrolling through. I normally have a scroll through on the website before I get up in the morning, and I saw that they had been doing online meetups for people that couldn't get to any meetups that are close to them. And then, of course, it reminded me that we do have one here. In fact, I've discovered we've got two. The closest one to me is in Saltaire, which is a village just up the road from here. It's a World Heritage Site. And the other one is in Baildon. Now, I don't really know Baildon that well, so I wouldn't have a clue where I was going. But I can get to Saltaire fairly easily. So I filled in the form, sent it off. And last week I had an email from the membership secretary saying that I'd be most welcome to go along enjoy them on their next meeting. They're not having one this month because of the weather, so the next one is going to be in February. So I go along as a guest, and if I like it, I can sign up and become a fully paid up member. And the WI is quite an institution in England, especially in Scotland. It's the Women's Guild. And basically, it's just they get together and share their love of crafts, um, baking, jam making, um, lots of stuff. So knitting, crochet, stitching, hand sewing, patchwork, quilting, you name it, they do it. And they go for little outings and things as well. So I think that might be quite nice. So I shall go along on the second Thursday in February with my £5 note clutched in my hot little hand. That's all I need to pay as a guest. And I'll go along and see what it's all about, and hopefully I will become a member properly. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. If nothing else, it will get me out of the house one night a week. One night a month, because I used to have my book club that I went to, which was on a Tuesday night, I think. I think it was Tuesdays, based at the local library in Shipley. But when we went into lockdown for COVID, it sort of went belly up. The library just never resurrected it. They just let it go, which I think is a shame because it was a lovely little group of people. They were very, very friendly, very. We were all very different, but we all got along really, really well. There was a guy that I used to work with who sort of introduced me to the book club, and I really enjoyed going, and I have missed it. I am a member of an online book club, which is it's the civil servants sports club, who have this book club. It's done online. We have Teams meetings, but I keep missing them because I never seem to be around when they're doing them. So I must try harder. I don't even know what the book is for this month. Don't even know if we have one for this month. I must have a look and find out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to becoming a member of the Women's Institute. Oh my god, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? I really am. Yeah, so that's in my future. Lots of stitching, hopefully. I'm hoping to get spring finished fairly quickly. I'm also hoping to get that little bookmark done fairly quickly as well. So a couple of months down the line, even by the end of February, I might have 3 finishes under my belt, which is 3 more than I achieved last year, which I think is pretty good going. But I'm not going to make promises because you know what life is like, it gets in the way. I'm hoping to go back to my volunteering at the charity bookstore. Hopefully this month. I keep in touch with Laura, the manager. Hear from her every couple of weeks, and keeping her up to date on how my leg is going. I would say my leg is probably fine now. It's okay. My physio last week was cancelled, obviously because of the weather. They didn't want people going down there and then you know having just got off crutches and you know leaving the hospital with them again. So my physio had a chat with him on the phone, and he said he was quite happy to sign me back to my doctor. So I was quite happy with that. So that's good. so I don't need to worry about that anymore. No more crutches, thankfully. Um, I don't know what else has been going on. Been reading a bit. Uh, Actually, I've been reading quite a lot. Have been mothered non-stop by these two little monsters. Shadow, you've already seen, having a look. Um, Bambi is over there on the windowsill. The heating's on, and she's staying as close to the heat as possible. Bless her. And I just the other day, I have got a cat bed upstairs in my bedroom, which belonged to my little Minnie, um, who was I had her from a kitten from about 8 weeks old until she died when she was 15. Um, and when I moved down here to West Yorkshire, she came with me. Unfortunately, she only lasted 6 months after we moved, and she died just the day. It was either the day before or the day after my birthday. I can't remember now. It's quite a few years now. But I still have her cat bed upstairs. And when I had Bramble, I was always trying to get her interested in it, and she was just like, nah. But I've kept it because it was Minnie's. And it was my mum that bought it for her for her first Christmas. And the other night, when I was settling down in bed and I was just about to put the light out, and I sort of leaned over to say no night to the kits because Bambi always falls asleep in front of the radiator on the carpet, and Shadow's usually sort of around there as well. Bambi always comes up into the bed later on at night. Always wake up in the morning and she's there. And when I glanced round, Shadow was in the cat basket. And a little later, I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, I sort of peered round, and both of them were in the cat basket, which I thought was lovely. And I think Minnie would thoroughly approve, and she'd be quite happy. In fact, she probably was looking after them while they were in there. So I think that's me just about. What time is it? How long have I been? Oh, 52 minutes. I didn't think I would have been able to stretch it out that long with only doing the 5 and 5, but that's been pretty good. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you. Going through Cheshire Stitches in February for their pub meetup. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be nice to see everybody. And hopefully going to get back up to Scotland sometime soon. I'm on the waiting list for the Scottish meetup, so fingers crossed. I don't think there's always quite a long waiting list. So I don't think I've got much of a chance of getting on it, but you never know. So watch this space. Stuart and Tammy, Maureen, start bending some ears, because it would be lovely to see everyone. But my friend in Dunoon invited me up last year, and of course things just got in the way with me losing Bramble. I burned my arm very badly, really bad sunburn, believe it or not, at the tennis. Only I could get sunburned at the tennis. Never happens at Wimbledon, it only happens at Ilkley. Um, and then of course I had my accident and ended up in crutches, and I got these two, and it just was a sort of catalogue for the rest of the year, so I never got there. But I had a message from her the other day, and I said I will try and get up and see her, so we just need to look at some dates and decide when I'm going to go up. So it was really nice to see her. Not seen her for such a long time. And then of course I've got my holiday planned for later on in the year in October. Going back to Malta, go and see some old friends, and spend my 65th birthday. I did whisper that. 65th. Can you believe it? So and I thought, where better to spend my 65th birthday than a place I absolutely love, and that's Malta. So that is my plan for the rest of the year. I will be back in 2 weeks' time, which will be this is the 12th, the 26th, wouldn't it? Hang on a sec. Calendar. 26th. How good am I? 26th. So yeah, I will be back on the 26th. At some point in the day. It may be lunchtime, it may be later on in the evening. It just really depends on what I'm doing, what I've done, and how tired I am. I did brush my hair today, but it doesn't look like it, does it? It's an absolute mess. So yeah, so I could waffle on for another 4 minutes if you want. What can I tell you? I don't know. What can I tell you? I don't know. Life's been boring since I've been housebound with blimmin' snow. Don't like snow. Used to like it when I was younger, but I don't like it. I know what I'll do. Show you my bead boxes. Hang on a sec. Here we go again. Whoops. That was nearly me on crutches again. Right, get this rug wrapped around me again. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I brought my bead boxes down to think about putting beads onto the bookcase when I finish it. I'll just move this out for a bit. So these are my bead boxes. I love these. I've got one filled with Mill Hill beads, which is this top one. And basically, I'll just move those in there like that so they don't pull out. This is what they look like. All put into little boxes. So you get quite big boxes like this size here, which has got hardly any. Let's see. There, that's better. There we go. So, got all your beads in there. And I've got the label in there as well. And then there's a little lip there, and you just press that. And it pops open. And then you've got access to all your beads. And it also comes with, I don't have them in here, they're in the other box, but you get a couple of these larger boxes. I've got some smaller boxes in there because this one has actually, I'll just put that over like that. This is one that I've been using when I've been doing stuff for work, for the charity stuff, knitting Easter baskets and stuff. I think this one was for. So that one's got little silk roses in it. That one's got little bows, and these are little bows made with organza that I put onto the Easter baskets that I make. And if I show you the other box, I'll just put them back in there like that. Come on, you can go in there. Yes, you can. You know you want to. Do as I tell you, and we won't say any more about it. There we go, that's better. Don't escape. You don't want to come out here, it's too cold. Yeah, talking to inanimate objects again. Right, and then we can go back in there. Go. So that is box 1. And box 2 has got an assortment of things in it. Got some empty boxes in there actually. So I've got things in there like charms. I'll just put the, in fact, if I turn it around like that, there you go, you won't see it there. So I've got some charms there. So these are for either putting onto cross stitch designs. There's a pair of scissors there. Various other little things. There's little angels, there's Santas, there's bells, there's a little trowel. If it was a gardening picture, you know, quite nice if I was doing a birthday card or something like that. So there's those. I've got some little buttons, little floral buttons. Again, that you can use either on pictures stitched or put them onto cards. It's a little birthday gift. What else have we got? We've got some buttons, we've got beads, we've got these lovely shiny glittery beads. Some miniature buttons there. These are absolutely divine. I love these. Tiny, tiny little buttons. Don't know if you can see that. Look at the size of that. It's teeny tiny. Little heart-shaped buttons. Absolutely adorable. And my absolute favourites, my Swarovskis, which they don't make anymore, but these are just to die for. I absolutely adore these. I don't like that, so whoops, I knew that was going to happen. There we go, I caught it. Also in there I have little wooden pegs. I came across a design, I think it was in one of the American cross-stitching magazines. It might have been just cross-stitch, and it was a Christmas edition, and it had, I think it said Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas, and it was mittens, and they were done on, I don't know if it was perforated paper or plastic canvas, and they were attached to, it was supposed to be like a washing line, and they had miniature wooden pegs, so I bought a whole load of them. I've got some little things, because I quite often do key fobs, or scissor fobs rather, so I've got some little charms to put on them. Put some silver ones there. What else have we got? There's a little butterfly ones to go on to. So yeah, I've got absolutely loads of stuff in there that I use for various different things. There's another one. I need to get some more of those actually. All things that I haven't done for quite a while that I really should get around to doing. So I've got a lot of bicorns in this one. Beautiful sparkly bicorns. and it's really handy for just, quite often somebody will say to me, oh, where would I get beads for this? And I'll say, hold that thought, and quite often I'll take it into work and they can have a rummage. Or if they're looking for something specific, I will take in what I've got and let them have a rummage. And when I go up to the craft room and I should be stitching, and quite often I'm not in a stitching mood, I end up playing with my bead boxes. So it's 1 hour and 5 minutes of work, and they've all ended up on the floor. Great. Oh, that's something else that's in it. Pair of tweezers. So, right, I'm going to let you go. I've waffled on long enough for you. So, are you coming up to say hello, Bambi? Bambi? Yoo-hoo. Bambi. Are you ignoring me? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to head off. I will speak to you all on the 26th of January. If you heard that, that was her telling me it's after 6 o'clock and she wants feeding. Oh God, welcome to my life. Right, I better go and feed them. So I will speak to you on the 26th of January. Thank you for watching. 7th, this is my 7th Flosstube. And thank you for all the lovely comments that you've been leaving for me as well. And I shall speak to you all in 2 weeks' time. Look after yourselves, stay safe with the weather, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.